Let's get started. Hello, dear ones. I am so happy to be back live with you tonight, and I am excited to talk to you a bit about what I have been learning and focusing on over the last couple of months while I've been away traveling and having these wonderful opportunities to meet with people who are focused on their own growth and expansion. You know that I often talk about the fact that we are never done healing and transforming. Transformation is an ongoing process, not just a moment in time. It is like peeling away the layers of an onion. If you want to be continually reaching for the next level, the next depth of your expansion, we want that. Now, while transformation is an ongoing process, it does most often begin due to some kind of catalyst, some kind of event, moment, or experience that is different from your everyday life. Something happens that sparks the transformation process. If you look back on your life, there are probably moments you can think about that you would describe as defining moments in your life. It may have been a trip, an event, or what is sometimes called a divine appointment, where synchronicities line up so that you connect with someone or in the right place at the right time. Those are positive defining moments. But there are also negative defining moments. Things like hitting rock bottom, experiencing some kind of traumatic event or sickness or an accident, whether negative or positive, what these events or occurrences do is drag us out of our everyday, regular routines and habits. They open our eyes and make us sit up and take notice. They cause us to start asking questions. So let me start by asking you this question. Would you prefer your transformation catalyst begin from a positive or negative experience? Would you prefer it begins from a place of desperation or a place of awe and empowerment? I think I know the answer. Of course, we all love to avoid negative situations and circumstances, but there are reasons why so many people's transformation begins from a place of desperation rather than a place of empowerment. And while I believe some trials are important for our growth and expansion, I also think that too many of us are choosing trials as our default catalyst for transformation when we do not need to. Yep, too many of us are putting ourselves through things that we don't need to. We are taking on loads we were never asked to carry, but for some reason, either at a conscious or a subconscious level, we have decided that suffering must precede transformation. Let me say that more clearly. We are choosing suffering as a prerequisite to our transformation. This idea is a false belief that needs to be updated. This is an inherited block that I see all the time. And while there are always things I can help you learn to remove that block so that you understand that suffering is the opposite of your birthright. What I want to do is give you a very simple action step to help you move from a path of trials and negativity to a much easier, more level, fun, and abundant path to experience ease and positive change. As you know, I've been traveling recently, and I've had the opportunity to be in sacred spaces with groups of people who are gathering together with the sole intention of expansion and transformation. These are not people who are suffering. These are not people who feel they need to have a victim story to catapult them to deeper awareness and purpose. These are people who have made specific decisions that take them out of their ordinary everyday lives and place them in new, different circumstances to evoke change. These people understand that what is needed in their life is a pattern interrupt. They know that getting up and doing the same thing every day for years on end will keep them getting the same everyday results. They understand that a pattern interrupt in their schedule, their environment, their routine, and their social or busy circles will give them a change of perspective, but it will also allow space for new and better things to enter their lives. They know the quote unquote sacrificing, I prefer to term allocating time, money, comfort, or other resources to take part in something extraordinary will always give back to them in ways they cannot even imagine. So here is what I'm getting at. There are two ways that a pattern interrupt can happen in your life. First is by default. The second is by choice. The default option is where you don't make time or space for transformation, and negative life circumstances force the pattern interrupt. The better option is when you choose your pattern interrupt. And the way you do that is by saying yes. Say yes to opportunities you would normally brush off because you don't have time or you aren't sure about the money or don't really want to change your routine. Say yes to opportunities for learning and growth. Say yes to meeting new people. Say yes to getting outside of your comfort zone. Say yes to something that you don't even know how you are going to fit into your busy schedule, or maybe you're scared to do, but it's different from your everyday. Say yes to a positive pattern interrupt so that you don't end up on the default track of deciding what your pattern interrupt will be. We are having this life experience to learn, grow, expand, and transform. If we are not making decisions in our life that take us outside of our comfort zone, one way or another, we will be taken out of our comfort zone because this is why we are here. This is why we are having a life experience. So it's your choice to choose. Do you want to decide what your pattern interrupt will be? Or are you going to wait for something negative to happen that forces a pattern interrupt? I want to help you to start saying yes to more. Nothing brings me more happiness than seeing other people living happy, vibrant lives that of their own choosing, where they are impacting the world in a positive way and they are receiving all the benefits of being in alignment with their true nature and purpose. This may be a bold statement, but I am starting to believe that the only difference between those who are living out their desired life and those who are not is completely dependent upon what they say yes to. The people who I have met on all these trips and events where I have been speaking all over the world the last few months are no different than you or me. They are busy professionals, healers, seekers, parents. They know there is more to life than a 9 to 5 job and 2 weeks vacation every year. They have families and businesses and responsibilities. They have doubts and fears. Their lives are not perfect by any means, but the one thing they do understand is that saying yes to opportunities changes their life. And here is the most amazing thing that I have come to understand. And I want you to listen to very carefully to this, especially if you are sitting here saying right now, well, come on, Lisa, I just can't pick up and go to Egypt or Fiji with you. nor can I go to Mexico in September or Nepal in December. Or you are discounting your ability to say yes to anything right now because your life is full and possibly full with the things you don't really want, nor are serving your highest good. So here is the secret. Start saying yes to things that stretch you just a bit. Say yes to things that stretch your perception of your finances, your time, and your energy, your resources just a bit. And then a little bit more, and a little bit more. People don't start day one by getting up off the couch and suddenly running a marathon. No, they start by walking and then maybe running a 5K, a 10K, as they so slowly stretch and build muscle themselves and turn themselves into an athlete who runs marathons. The same is true for you. Mhm. The same is true for opportunities. When you start saying yes to small things that stretch you just a bit, the universe will start to put more and more opportunities in front of you to stretch you even more so that you can become the person you are here to become and fulfill the purpose you are here to fulfill. Yes, you. So, on that note, I know there are thousands of you in this group, and many of you are either consciously or subconsciously fearful of stepping outside your comfort zone. So, I want to give you an opportunity to say yes to something that will actually help you eliminate those fear scripts that are causing you to continue having a smaller impact than you know you are here to have. This is what my purpose is about. This is what my upcoming masterclass is all about. Helping you eliminate blocks to your success that are holding you back from reaching the next level. Whatever that ideal is that you are holding in your head of what you want your life to be and the freedom and the abundance you want to receive, it is possible for you. I promise. You are thinking about it for a reason. So take a minute and write out your ideal. Whatever it is that just popped into your mind when I said those words, write it out in vivid detail and really feel how you would feel when this ideal becomes your reality. You may have done this before, and you may be sitting there saying, Lisa, I've already done this before, but nothing I ever want materializes. And I would say back to you, it's because you are missing one of the biggest components of manifestation, taking inspired action. When you tell the universe, God, what you want, it will conspire on your behalf to bring about opportunities that you need to say yes to. But if fear is standing in the way of you taking action, then you will remain stuck. You will remain at the same level. I would love to help you achieve your ideal by working with you during my upcoming Epigenetics Masterclass and teaching you how to remove your own subconscious blocks to your success so you can start saying yes to your opportunities that are aligning with your vision. If this is resonating with you, and if you have any questions, please post them. And you know, as I always do, I will respond as soon as I see them, starting now. Start saying yes, dear one. It will change your life. So, on that note, I know there are many, if not hundreds of you in this group who are staying in your comfort zone. Maybe just take a minute of quiet and ask yourself, what could it be like if you just took one small step towards your new future you? What does it cost you so far by not getting out of your comfort zone? Let me help you overcome this hurdle. Join me in my masterclass and see, like others have, the difference when you get my one on one attention, my healing, and my trademarked method to help you remove blocks to what your ideal life would be. I will pop in to the group and I will respond to all your comments.